guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So we're back to doing a little bit more organising today, and I'm going to make some dividers to go into my drawers because I want to sort of like divide these bits up. And it's a really simple way of doing it. It's not like cutting up bits of card and trying to fit them all together. They're really difficult to do. I'm just using some plain white card. Now I've got this piece is, it's probably about 300 GSM weight. I don't know what that is in pounds. And this piece, I've just written it down because I would have forgotten. It's 25 by 20 inches. So this is 25 and this is 20 inches that way, or 65 by 50 centimeters. So that's the size of this big white piece of paper. Now I've got this because I can buy this in my local shop. It's like 70 cents or something like that, so it's really good. But I'm also going to show you how to do it with some A4 paper, and this is sort of like this is 250 GSM paper, so I'm going to show you. So if you've got some long paper or bigger paper, you can use that. If not, I'll show you how to do it with that. So I'll do it in two different ways, but loving it. Absolutely, it's so easy. And look at that. Doesn't that look good? It's really simple. And I've just divided it up. Can you just, I don't know whether you can see that, but they look really good. That's not supposed to be in there. That's supposed to be in there. So I've got all my little bits and pieces in there. I got some little flowers, little bits of, you know, pretty bits that I've got, and all these little beaded bits that I make. They're all sort of like muddled up all into this drawer all together, and I didn't want that. I wanted to be able to see what I've got, so I can just go in there and pick up my little clusters and pop them on some work and some little flowers. I think on Saturday, Shabby Saturday, I really need to make some more little flowers like this because they're so pretty. So I'm going to probably do those. I know I do lots of flowers, but I just absolutely love them. And these are sort of like a bit scruffy and stuff. So I'm going to be doing that on Saturday. So I'm just going to show you how to do these. It's all stuck down really nicely, but removable. And these are just like that, but they move, so you can just take it out if you don't want to, and you can make them sort of any size to fit. So I'm just going to show you how to do it. I've got a bigger box as well, which I've already sort of like half done, so I'll show you how I do that one as well. But the first thing we want to do, let me get myself organised. I'm going to take my big bowl and I'm going to pop these in here like that, because that's what we want to put in this one. Right, so we've got our little drawer. Now this has got 3 drawers, I think, on this one, and this is the same one as we put the fabric around. So this drawer is roughly 9 inches by 14 inches. So what's that? That's about 34 centimeters by a roughly 23. So that's just a sort of rough guess. And what I want to do, I'm going to take this big bit. So if you've got big paper, pop your little drawer or whatever you're going to do. So you want the paper obviously just slightly thinner than your drawer. So my drawer, I'm going to do it, I'm going to measure it. I'm hoping you can sort of see this. Let me just lift it up just a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take this. It's not going to work, my desk isn't quite long enough. And then just measure this, pop that on there, and then pop a little pencil mark on the side of your drawer, just a little bit. Put that back up again. Now I've actually marked on my ruler the size that I would like it, just so that I know. So it's going to be there, which is just one little notchy over 8.5 inches on mine. And I'm going to go here as well and sort of measure that, just a sort of rough one. So we are there, and then turn it round, and then I'll just measure just measure from this side. So we are roughly there. Okay. And then I'm going to get my big ruler like this and join the dots. Roughly like that, and I'm just cutting it with scissors down. You know, it doesn't have to be perfectly perfect, does it? It's just little dividers. Now I've picked white card. Now obviously you can use any card or whatever you have, but I've picked white because I think it makes it easier to see what's in the drawers, if you know what I mean. So it's going to look, you know, you can see what's in there. Let's just cut this down through your little pencil line. Now again, you can use, you know, a knife, but I'm just going to snip that along. Nice and simple. Let's go around this way. Start from this side. Now, I found this the easiest way to do it. Now, without having to buy anything. You know, this card, you might have cards, or you might have some cards that you can use. It doesn't have to be white card. You can use odd different colour cards that you've got. I'm not sure whether it would work with packaging. I suppose you could use Amazon packaging, but it would be a bit of too much cutting up and working out and sticking together, I think. But again, if you can do that, then you can do that. That's fine. You can do it. Right. So I've got this length. Now, luckily, I sort of like blagged it when I was measuring it before. And I doing the first little section. Where's my little box? Here. So what we're doing, this little bit that's lying along the bottom, this is going to be 3 inches. Let me get me inches in the centimetres. So we are 3 inches, which is roughly 7.5 centimetres this way. And this one that's standing up, that's 2 inches. So what's that? 5 centimetres. So you want a 3 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, 3 inches. So you want 1, 3, 2 twos. Does that make sense? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my little scory thingamajig, wherever that is, try and get organised. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure 3 inches. Now I've marked it off on this bit because obviously when I put it up here and we're not going to see it, so that's my 3 inch mark. I'm hoping you can see it. I am a little bit further away because I wanted to, you know, so you could see a little bit more. So I'm just going to score 3 inches, okay, and then I'm going to move it along and I want to score. So this is why I've marked it above this, because this, then I want to score 2 inches. So I'm going to do a 2 inches down here, and then this score line that we've done, move along to the 2 inch, and then we score another one down there. Oops, that didn't go down there. There we go. Score down the right way. So we've got a 3 inch, 2 inch, 2 inch, and then we want another 3 inch. So I'm going to move along to this one where I've marked. So that's going to be your 3 inch. Down like that. And then we're back again to the 2 inches. And then you just carry along until you've used up all your paper. So that's another 2. Moved to the 2. Make sure you try and get it lined up as well as you can. Right, so that's 2, and now I need a 3. I'm going to have to move these out of the way because my desk isn't long enough. So we need another 3 then. Pop it onto your 3 mark. Oops. Down there. This is a little bit thick really for my for this to do it on, but right, that was a 3, so now I need a 2. Let's pop it onto a 2 like that, and then another 2. So that's the last one. And then we just got this bit over, which is, that is about 4.5, just over 4.5, this bit. So that's for the end bit. Okay, so I'm going to just put my little cutter up there. Oops. Okay, so that's our piece. So we've got a 3-inch, 2 2s, a 3, 2 2s, a 3, 2 2s, and a 4.5. This is the back one, so your back one's going to be just a little bit longer, or a little bit bigger. Right, I'm going to move these to the side again this way, and we are going to do some folding. Actually, before I do the folding, I am going to show you how I get, because this has got a little bit of a, you know, to make it nice and neat. Oh, you can't see, there we go, that's better. It's got this little shape to it. So it's the shape of the front of your drawer. So all as I did, I took where the front is going to be, I've put my drawer over the top, like that, level it up, make sure we're nice and level. And then I'm going to just take a pencil and then, don't need that much, too much room, don't we? Let's bring that up, level it off, and just draw around the front of your drawer at the bottom, and then you get that shape, or whatever, can you see? Or whatever shape the front of your drawer is. And then I'm just going to move those over there and then just snip that shape like that. So again, like I said, you can use any colour card, but I fancied white, so everything looks sort of like nice and clean in there, and you can see everything that you've got. So that should realistically fit the front of my drawer. So now we are bending. So let's bend that. This is our little bit, so this will bend like that. So that's your little standy up bit. And then we just glue those together, which is super simple. This bends over like that. Nice crease in there. This goes this way. That bends, so just bend backwards and forwards. This bends up. I found this the simplest. I was looking to see what I could do, and they were all so complicated. Wait, you had to sort of cut lots of different bits of card up and slot everything in, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted something simple. So can you see, that's how it's going to be, like that. And it just fits into here, like this. Perfect. I think I have to cut a tiny bit off the bottom. I think I did on the other one, but look at that. That just fits in there, and you just slot everything in, all your little dividers in there. So simple. Yes, I think I cut just an incy bit off there, but you know, guys, I'm gonna have to do that with my scissors because I took the blade out of my cutter, and I don't know where I put it, so I'm just going to do a little snip off the back like that. Perfect. Now we're going to turn that over, and we're just going to glue our little mountains like that. I'm just taking some glue stick. You can use double-sided tape. You can use whatever you like to stick it down with, but I'm just going to use a little bit of glue stick like that. Pop the lid on. Pop that together. There we go. Next one. This one. Just the simplest. I'll show you, like I said, if you haven't got a great big piece of card, I'll show you how to do the other ones as well with your A4 card. So let's just glue this one together. I made it sort of not as high as the actual box, because then you could actually, you know, if you wanted to, you could put some tabs on the top to tell you what's in each little section. So, you know, there we go. That's it, like that. So that's what you've got, which is just the simplest, isn't it? And so much cheaper than doing your, where's that piece gone? There we go. There we go. Look at that. That just fits in there like that. Now, this obviously is going to be loose. So what I've done to stick mine down, I've used some little glue dots, because I didn't want to, you know, I wanted to be able to take it out if I needed to and just have the drawer back again. So I didn't want anything too permanent, but I think these little sticky dots are perfect. And if I put double-sided tape down, you know, it's hard to get off. So what I'm doing, I'm going to pop a little, let me just take some of this off. It's a little bit easier to work with like that. These are so sticky. So I'm going to stick 2 on that back one. Oops, 2.5 on that one. Look, these are so sticky. And I'm going to go in between these. You know where they join? I'm going to just stick it where the join is, like that, so they stick down. I know it's probably very bright with the white card, so I do apologise. I hope it's not blurry. But I'm going to stick them like that. I got one more on here. In between. We get some more little dots. You know, you can stick as many of these on as you want, but it's not something that you're going to be pulling at all the time, so you don't need it to be stuck down too much. Right, I'm going to just stick one on each corner. Oops. And then, look, I'll stick that in the middle, if I can. Perfect. Let's move those out of the way. So we've got our glue dots on there. Then I'm going to put this into the front. Make sure that they are all down in the right place. Pushed down like that. There and there. And look at that, we've got little dividers in there. So I just think they are just perfect. Absolutely perfect. Loving this one. Because look, you've got all your little pretties in there. I'm going to take this. This could be round onto something else. So I've got my little bits of rose trim on here. Oh, I was out today. I went out today. I had to go to the dentist because I broke my tooth. Wow. So, you know, I had to have that fixed today. I meant to get some more of these little elastic bands, and I completely forgot. I went and did the shopping. I went and did some food shopping. First time since Christmas I've done the food shopping, because we bought so much. Right, so they can sort of like go in the back. These can just be tidied up, can't they? Let's just get these bits of... so these are just sort of like spare ones that we can pop in here. So I can just put all my rose trim in here. There's other trims I've got. I've got another piece of card. I'm sure I had another piece of card somewhere for that. For now, these can go because they get so tangled up as well. These two are the same sort of style. And then I will wrap these up. I might even put these on smaller ones actually, so they go sort of like this way, because I want everything to be nice and tidy. I've got this little round one which fits in there perfect. So look at that. How tidy is that? Oh, just love it. Oh, here it is. That's the piece that I was looking for, because this is this can come off here. This was on a piece of card, but it's a little bit worse for wear now. So I'm just going to quickly wind this around. Should I wind it around this way? I've got a bit of tape on there. let's wind it this way. I will tidy this up. So these bits I'll keep like this, because then I can just take bits off that. But these ones are sort of almost like spare bits. But like, you know, I want everything to be nice and tidy. So I can just see exactly what I've got, because I'm not using it. I really am not using it because I can't find it. I'm just using the things that I can actually see and forgetting about, you know, other bits that I've got, which are all sort of like muddled up. So, oh, I think there's a piece of cotton in here. Let's just pop this one. Oops, there we go. It's all stuck to me now. So guys, have you had a little tidy up? Have you had a little bit of an organise? It's quite nice, isn't it, to start the year off with a little bit of organising and tidying up. I'm just concentrating on my sort of drawers and my shelf at the moment. Oopsie daisy, did I just knock the camera? Sorry. Just so that that's all tidy. So when I look at it, it makes me happy. That's what I want. I want to come in here and it's all sort of like nice and tidy. How long it will last, I really don't know, because we are crafters, aren't we? And the main object is to craft and make things. So that's what we need to do. But to start off the year, I think they're a little bit big to go in there, but I just love it. Don't you think that's great? So I've got two which are like that, so they can go back in the drawer in a minute. And then I've got this bigger one. This is a thicker drawer. I've taken the same piece of card like that, but I've made these bits bigger because this drawer is taller. It's the same length, it's just taller. So what I've done, I don't know, I can't remember. Where's my ruler? I think I did this about 4. Yeah, that's probably, I probably did that 4.5 by 3. Is that 4.5 or is that 4? No, it's 4.5. So this middle bit was 4.5 and these were 3. So this needs tidying out desperately because I've got all sorts of bits and pieces in here. So let's just put everything in our little resin bowl there out of the way because I can't see what's in there. And then this one, again, this has got a different shape. This is just wrong end. This has just got a tiny little curve in it. So I've just done exactly the same and put that little curve in there, bent them up and pop those in like that. So this has got 3 little dividers in, whereas the other ones had 4. And I've left a gap here. So if you wanted to sort of like put little tabs on there or one of your embellishments or something to show what's in the drawers, you can do that quite easily. So I'm going to just do this one and then again I will make one. I'll make another one. Just want to get all of these bits sorted. So let's glue this. Because looking in my drawers, I'm just, everything is so muddled up. Things tend to sort of get a bit tangled then, don't they? Let's just glue that. Put this together. Yeah, I think probably, you know, if you wanted to make it out of sort of like pattern paper, you can, but, you know, white is, you know, it's a bit boring, but it makes it look nice and clean. You can see what you've got then, can't you? I don't really want to cover up the front of my drawers. I know lots of people put lots of sort of pattern paper on the front of their drawers and stuff, which I don't really want to do, because I want to actually see what's in there through this bit. You know, people cover this bit up, but I might have a go at covering the whole drawer, cover it in chipboard or something so it looks like you know, it's got a sort of like wooden surrounding. I would love to do that. So there we go. That one goes in there like that. I'm going to stick this one down with a few sticky dots just to keep it in place. Let's just pop that one on there. I love these. I love these sticky dots. Let's put these down. I don't use them enough because I don't really have a lot to use them for, but you know, something like this is just really, really handy, isn't it? Just flatten that down. Just want to make my life just that little bit easier. Just what I mean, if we can do things that make our life easier, and then just a little bit here and there, we can craft more, can't we? Is that the back piece? I think that's the back piece, yeah. So there we go. But like we've said before, tidying up and sorting all your crafty bits out is just as much fun, isn't it? And seeing what you've got. You might discover something that you haven't seen for a very long time. Right, we're going in this way. Oops, oops, don't stick down yet. Oops, oops. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't even get it in the drawer. There we go. Let's stick you down. There we are. Stick that down in there. Like that. Which is perfect. And there. So you can see, we can see, it's quite nice because you can't really even see the sticky dots. Oh, this side needs to be stuck down. There we go. Stick that in. Fabulous. Now, I won't go through all of this. Look, I've got my little hearts. I won't put everything in there now, but because I've got to go through, look, I've got so much thread on here. I've got all these beautiful little heart bits that I can put in there that I've made. And going through all this, I can actually see what I've got. Lots of threads, lots of flowers, lots more little hearts in there. Got all these flowers. I do love my flowers. Do you like your flowers? Oh, I've got my long little bits there. They can go in there. Oh, look, I've even got one of my little dresses in there. Look at that. That can go into this one. So, right, I won't do that now. But you can see how lovely all of this looks. Oh, gosh. That's knocking everything over. Can't you? How lovely is that? Nice and neat. So happy. Makes me so happy, guys. It does. Right, I'm going to put that. Actually, I'm going to put that on the floor for a second. Put that out the way, and we are going to, I'm going to show you this one. I'm going to make them out of this, but I need another drawer. I need another drawer. So we've got this one here. So this one I used the other day, wasn't it? I sort of tidied up. So I'm going to take those out. We can, oh, a little elastic band. I need that. So again, same thing. I am going to take a piece of card. This is 250 GSM. I'm going to just take my little piece. So I'm going to do exactly the same. So what did we do? What was it? 3. It was 3 and 2, wasn't it? So I'm going to score 3 down here. So this is just 250 GSM card in the size of A4 paper. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do a 2 like that. Another one on 2. So we've got a 3, 2 2s, then we want to do a 3. And then we've got a little bit left over there. So if I fold this way, like that, and then these 2 up, and that comes up too, doesn't it? So that comes up as well. So that's our little peaky bit, like that, and then this will be a little peaky bit. So I need to start off with 2s, don't I? So let's take another piece, and I will start off scoring a 2. 2 more 2s. So that's a 2. That's a 2. And then we will do a 3, don't we? And then we will go in with a 2 and another 2. Right, so that should be it. So it's just 2s and 3s on this one, and then we've got a little bit left over, so we've got a little bit to attach the back to. So this is your little peaky bit. That's the flat bit, so this has got to go this way and then back down like that, so that we've got our little peaky bit. So we've got this piece, so this bit will attach onto that one, so we've got this to attach to there, okay, and those go together, don't they? So then we've got this bit, so we need another bit to go onto here. So what was the last bit? I think it was about 4.5. So what do you reckon this piece is going to be? So if I need to cut that off. Oh, where's my little thingy-jiggedy? I'll have to use this one. So I'm going to cut this off at 4.5. So we need to be there, I think. So that can stick on there, like so. I think we're done. So we took 2 pieces of cards, 2 pieces of A4 paper, and then just an extra piece like that, which was 4.5. I think it's 4.5. Let's just test it. So that, we need to measure the front of that as well. That will go in there like that. That will squash up. And then this piece will go in there. Is that 4.5, or is that too much? Might be a little bit too much, but I've got to shape this front piece, haven't I? So I'm going to put that down, turn it over, put that under my little pot. They're not going to be as wide as your little drawer, because, you know, A4 paper is not the same width. It's only like 8.25. Well, it depends where you're from. Depends where you're from, doesn't it? In Europe, they're about 8.25. There we go. So let's just cut that down. Chop this off so it's all nice and neat. Like that. So then that fits lovely. Can you see it's just got a little gap here? But if you stick it in the middle, you'll just have a smaller gap each side. But I think, you know, I don't think it will make a big difference. Too much. So I'm going to just stick these together first before I start pushing them all together. Let's just glue this bit down. Pop that over. Okay, so that's our first little peaky one. Perfect. Then we have to glue this to there, so that will pop up like that, and this will be nice and strong, this piece. Like that. Just attach, oops, upside down. Just attach that to this one. Like that. There we go. Turn it over. Make sure that's stuck down. Again, you don't have to use, you know, use any glue that you've got, anything that you're going to use that you like using. Like that. Put that in there. Fold that over. Okay, so that's those two, and then we will glue this one together. Like that. It's very, very simple to do. Just what I mean, it's a real quick and easy one, I think. Flip that over. There we go. And that little end bit we are just going to stick on this bit here, but I just want to make sure that I've got the right size like that, so that will fit in snugly in there. These will go down, and then this piece, oh look at that, fits perfectly. That just sits in there like that. Can you see? So that's what we shall do. We shall stick this little bit onto this end piece. Just a little bit. Glue down there. Oh, look, I've got glue all over my table now. Oh, so messy. There we go. Lovely. You could put little bits of lace across there if you wanted to. It would make it sort of like a little bit shabby, wouldn't it? And that just fits in there nicely. And then we just put some little tabs on there. Oh no, it's not that bowl, is it? It's this one. These are all the little bits that I've got to go in here. So then all of these little bits can just sit in here. Oh, lovely. So I can have all my little velvety bits, all my little satiny bits. We've got some pretty bits here. All that can go in that pot. Or you could have it colour coordinated, couldn't you? Look at these, they're so pretty. Another little velvety bit in the back. Like that. Oh, more velvet. Oh, more velvet. Oh, how pretty. That can go in the front. Like that. We've got some lace. A little bit of ribbon. Oh, I've got all sorts of things in here. It doesn't mean it's necessarily going to go in here, because I think I need to sort out my laces as well at some point. But how lovely is that? I just think it makes it look so much nicer and neater. So loving it. So guys, that's our little organising for today. So super simple, and it didn't take very long at all to do. So if you've got, oh look, I just put that one in there. Klutz. There we go. Squashed it, I squashed it. But I think they look lovely. So this one I've got to sort out with all that little bowl of bits and pieces in there. But I am absolutely loving all of my little bits of organising today, or what we've done over the last few weeks. I think they're fab. So I just need to go through all of my little flowers, all of my little hearts. I know I said I'm going to do flowers, and I've got hundreds and hundreds, but I think it's probably one of my favourite things to do is sit and make just little flowers. Look at these. Only these are the little umbrellas that we found, didn't it, the other day, and all of that. I must make some lovely little things like that again. Just what I mean. I have lots of ideas of things to do. So these actually can go in here, because I've got all my little blingy bits that I make. They can go in there. So I'm going to have a nice little sort out. So guys, another little heart there. There we go. That's a little bit of organising. So thank you so much for joining me. Please let me know what you think. Do you think it's easy? Is it something that you would do? Is there another way that you would do it? Is there something else you would like me to, you know, organise, or come up with something that we can organise? Please let me know and I will give it a go. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye-bye.